I cook for warthogs, emu, lions, tigers, hyenas, spoonbill, sun bear, flamingo, and giraffe. They can be very picky. Every morning, I'm preparing around 350 pounds of food. My name is Stacy Kiles, and I prepare the food for the animals at the Oakland Zoo. I'm also known as the Zoo Chef. My day starts off very early before the sun even comes up. I've got to get the food for the animals or we have nothing to prepare. The calm before the storm of getting to the market. I need to get about a ton of food today, literally. The produce market's kind of hectic. You've got a lot of forklifts running back and forth. You've got trucks everywhere. There's a lot to choose from. I have to stay organized or this can get very overwhelming. I've got a huge market that I've got to go through. I've got to pick out the right produce. So I have a limited amount of time at the market because I have to get back here to prepare the diets. I open the door to the kitchen and then I know my day has truly begun. Sun bears, 48 grams apple. Coattamundi, 3 hard-boiled eggs, lions, 10 bones, and 20 ounces of grapes, off the vine, 7 servings, 2 whole bananas, 60 grams of crickets, 1 drop of vitamin E, 44 grams of banana, of calcium, 2 root vegetables, 44 grams of 12 ounces of lake smelt. The zoo itself, as a whole, prepares about 1,000 diets a day. So that's anywhere from the elephants down to the leaf cutter ants and all the little reptiles and all the little frogs. It's important that we get the diets right because the animals can't send the food back. They can't tell us, oh, I don't like this. We don't take days off. Everything still has to happen. The food gets prepared exactly the same way every single day. I tried telling them it was Christmas once, they didn't pay attention.
I'm a city boy, I'm from New York, never seen a cow or anything like that. Hanging out with an emu, it's pretty cool. I probably won't have another opportunity like that in the rest of my life.
We are at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office Animal Farm on the grounds of the detention center. We have the capacity to have 700 inmates in all 3 of our jail facilities. This is the main jail, and we're the only facility of this kind in the country that has an exotic zoo at a jail. Ready for your corn? It started out with just farm animals, and now I have exotic animals of all varieties. And kinkajous are from the rainforests of Central and South America. That's the bird we call the I love you bird, and he is such a camera hog. We only take in animals that have been abandoned, abused, confiscated, or donated. Hi, Tucker. We don't purchase any of the animals, and they're here for their life. This is a forever home for them.
I'm in here just for a year, you know, and these guys are doing a life sentence.
Hi, Mo. All right, Kramer. I'll wake you up, pretty girl. Today I have 4 inmates. Every day they come down here to feed, water, and clean, and then to spend time with the animals.
What's going on, buddy? You're gonna get out pretty soon. Mandatory rec.
The farm is one of the jobs in this facility that you could actually be outside all day, and number 2, get to interact with a bunch of rare, cool animals like Kramer here. He's got the little curl on the top of his head. That's why we call him Kramer.
This is Eeyore. He was saved from a slaughterhouse, and he's a lot better off.
Do you think working with the animals helps the inmates with their rehabilitation?
I've seen a lot of very positive changes. I've seen people that come down here and are completely scared of animals, and by the end of their time here, many of them bring their families back to actually show them what they were doing when they were incarcerated.
I'm so happy to be out here. When I first came here, he was like not even this big, tiny. And now look at you.
Blakely has the most difficult job at the Cincinnati Zoo. He has to play with babies all the time. He's never shown any aggression or snapped. If he gets upset, kind of like any mom would, he just leaves the room.
You are so cute.
My name is Dawn Strasser, and we're at the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Blakely is a 5-year-old Australian Shepherd. We got him from a rescue, and I use him in a nursery as a nanny or a companion dog.
This is about you when you're taking a nap.
Blakely's here for the main purpose of teaching the babies the correct animal cues as they grow up, so when they are introduced back to their own kind, they know what appropriate behavior is. He teaches them how to play and how to interact. I can tell them, no, don't bite me, but I'm not an animal, and I don't give the same cues that he can. So we make a great team.
Smile for the camera. Yeah, smile for the camera.
Blakely has worked with cheetahs, ocelots, a toucan, bat-eared foxes, a warthog, wallabies, to name a few. He's working with 4 baby cheetahs right now. It's been a long 7 weeks for him with these little cheetah cubs, and he's, I think, tired because he's on alert for 24 hours a day. If they start making too much noise, he'll come and get us like, something's not right, something's not right. He's kind of like a second set of eyes for us too. A lot of times they still recognize each other, like Dale the toucan he raised. When they see each other, Dale will still run up in front and grunt at him, and he'll kind of jump up on the wall, and it's kind of like, hey, how you doing?
He's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I like to think I have an office, but I'm pretty sure it's his.
Milk. It's the elixir all mammals feed to their young. Deep inside the National Zoo in Washington, D.C., a team of scientists are devoted to unlocking the wonders of the white gold to help animals like baby Fiona. But more on that later. Welcome to the world's largest collection of exotic animal milk.
Okay, let's get to it.
Meet Dr. Michael Power. Can I call you Mike?
Sure.
Okay, Mike. What do you do here?
I'm the curator of the Exotic Animal Milk Repository at the Smithsonian's National Zoo. It's the largest by a species count number of samples of milk in the entire world. We have samples that have been collected from all over the world that we keep in frozen storage.
Animals like...
Armadillos, bats, giraffe, giant anteater, Asian elephant, African lion, cheetahs, tigers, sea lions, and zebra.
I hate to ask, but how do you get the milk?
Well, I'll let Batang show you. Batang is a critically endangered Bornean orangutan, and this is the classic collaboration between a scientist and the animal care staff. Their incredible work and effort at be able to training the animals to be able to accept this procedure to where they voluntarily donate samples.
So now that we know the how, we have to ask, why?
The Exotic Mammal Milk Repository serves 2 critical purposes. One is basic science. It's simply trying to understand, in a sense, the origin of milk. And the other is a very practical, pragmatic purpose in the fact that we have to occasionally hand rear animals, and therefore we have to come up with a milk replacer formula.
Okay, so when a baby can't be fed by their mother, you guys help come up with a formula that's as close to the mother's milk as possible.
Have you heard about baby Fiona at the Cincinnati Zoo?
She's the baby hippo who's stolen the hearts of people all over the country.
Baby Fiona was born 6 weeks premature. She's a Nile hippo, and no other baby hippo had been hand-raised in North America. And so we needed to put together a milk formula to be able to feed her, to have her grow. So we worked together with the Exotic Animal Milk Repository at the National Zoo to come up with the formula to feed baby Fiona.
So how's Fiona doing now?
Milk is almost removed from her diet. We are very happy that baby Fiona is happy and healthy and growing very well.
Awesome. Back to Mike. So what's next?
The milk repository has samples from over 180 species of mammals, and that sounds pretty impressive until you realize that there's anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 species of mammals. So we have only sampled maybe 3% of the mammals. It's still only a tiny tip of the iceberg compared to what we could be learning.
In the middle of a political upheaval, one Ukrainian zookeeper set out to make a difference, in his own way, on the private estate of an ousted president. Sergei used to be a zoologist at the Kiev Zoo.
Моє ім'я Сергій Григор'єв. Я піклуюся за тваринами в Межигір'ї.
One night in 2014, he was watching the news and learned that amidst the chaos, Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych had fled his compound in Mezhyhira, leaving his private zoo behind.
Я вирішив приїхати зразу і подивитися, що тут з тваринами, що тут залишилось.
When he arrived, Sergei was stunned by the huge opulent estate and saw the animals needed desperate care.
Я розраховував, що держава зреагує і комусь ми передамо просто цих тварин. Так не вийшло. І зрозумів, що треба брати на себе відповідальність.
What he thought might be just a few days has turned into 4 years.
Починаємо з самого ранку, годуємо лебедів, качок, страусів, оленів. Вони кожний ранок чекають олені плямисті, що зараз вільно проживають на території Межигір'я. Тоді, коли я не годую тварин, я займаюся будівництвом вольєрів. В одному ми переселили косуль. У нас живе сім'я косуль, яких ми тут вигодували самі.
Today, Sergei and a handful of volunteers take care of thousands of animals on the estate.
Тут я маю можливість особисто вигодовувати тварин, там, допомагати їм, слідкувати за ними. Це мені дуже подобається. Робота з тваринами важка для мене тільки тим, що тварини там від старості або від хвороб покидають цей світ, і все накопичується всередині.
The zoo is slowly growing, and Sergei has big hopes for the future.
І зараз, коли Янукович, останній царьок, який тут царював в цьому Межигір'ї, втік, і коли з'явилась надія якби зробити з цього місця національний парк, показати всім, яким чином в державі діє влада, як все це побудовано через корупцію, які гроші викинуті на незрозумілі тут речі, на якісь пафосні будинки.